Please rise for the prayer and pledge of allegiance. Our
Father,
Father,
who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and power, and glory, forever and ever. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
all right. Item D on the agenda is the
Pull it open there, Doc. Just leave it open for me, please.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
I thought it was an oversight.
Nope, you're fine.
the AMP's recognition of Napoleon Power and Light for their mutual aid assistance.
Come on up.
Yeah, come on.
At the AMP meeting in September, and Andy, tell me if I'm saying this wrong, the Napoleon Power and Light was recognized in two separate resolutions for basically part of their, what is that word I'm looking for? Mutual aid, thank you very much. So, we'll read the first resolution here. Resolution 23-08-444. Whereas, as a member of the American Municipal Power, Inc. Mutual Aid Program, the AMP member systems listed above played an important part in providing assistance to the city of Wapakoneta and its electrical emergencies on April 1 through 5, 2023. And whereas such assistance by these AMP member systems and their employees are provided in a timely, orderly, professional manner, and whereas the AMP Board of Trustees understands the tremendous amount of expertise and effort put forth by the employees of the above listed AMP member systems, and whereas the AMP Board of Trustees hereby commends these members' systems and their employees for exemplary and efficient efforts in restoring power to Wapakoneta and its customers during its tornado-related outages. Now therefore be resolved by the Board of Trustees of American Municipal Power, Inc. This resolution shall be published, and a copy hereof is presented to the AMP member systems listed above and to the employees thereof. Signed by a whole bunch of really, really important people. So we'll hold that one and read this one. Also, Resolution 23-08-4438. Bryan Municipal Utilities, Napoleon Power and Light. Whereas as a member of the American Municipal Power, Inc. Mutual Aid Program, the AMP member system listed above played an important part in providing assistance to the city of Hillsdale and its electrical emergencies of February 23 through 26, 2023. And whereas such assistance with these AMP member systems and their employees was provided in a timely, orderly, professional manner, and whereas the AMP Board of Trustees understands the tremendous amount of expertise effort put forth by the employees of the above listed AMP member systems, and whereas the AMP Board of Trustees hereby commends these member systems and their employees for exemplary and efficient efforts in restoring power to Hillsdale and its customers during its storm-related outages. Now therefore be resolved by the Board of Trustees of American Municipal Power, Inc. This resolution shall be published, and a copy hereof is presented to the AMP member system listed above and employees thereof. There we go. So just, it's a nice reminder of part of the mutual aid that we do, because remember AMP, that when called, we go places like Wapakoneta or Hillsdale. I know people have been in more exotic locations than that. And like you said, good karma is a good thing.
It is.
So, yeah. So we'll stand closer together for Jen to be official. Good? All right.
And not to downplay the seriousness of what happened in Hillsdale, but I know the Wapakoneta event was a huge event, and we had crews down there for a number of days to help them. As you can see, a number of other communities did as well, but that was a huge event, and they were very grateful that we were there.
Your resolution goes with your shirt. All right, well, thanks.
Do you guys know any details about those? Anything about the Wapakoneta one or the Hillsdale one? Obviously, what Andy just said, you know, the Wapak one was a tornado kind of stuff, but there's a lot of communities came through for that, so.
They're just, I mean, they're 12 hours down there, if not 16, right to bed, up and all day from dusk to dawn. So it's tough work.
Right.
So are these our guys that volunteer, or? do
We
you
rotate 'em.
Rotate who
And then
goes?
if they refuse it, he just moves on to the next one.
Okay.
I tried to get him to come up and I just got a you know. Okay, because I hate taking credit for the guys that are actually
Right.
It's
doing
just,
the work.
I
but-
understand, yeah.
But,
It's duly noted by us in this room, and obviously by AMP, that, you know, when called upon, we answer the call and go places and take stuff with us and fix stuff.
like you
So,
said, karma.
Karma, exactly right, so.
Appreciate
So
everybody.
storms keep, storms can keep going around Napoleon.
Thank you, appreciate everybody's part.
All right, moving on to item F, citizen communication. If there's anyone in the audience or on WebEx that would like to address council on something that is not on the agenda, you could type it in the chat and we will check that periodically. Item E, approval of minutes. The minutes from October 2nd, 2023, council meeting minutes. In the absence of any objections or corrections, the minutes will stand approved. And item G, reports from council committees. G1, the electric committee held a joint meeting on, with the Board of Public Affairs on October 9th, 2023.
Yes, it was a joint meeting with the Board of Public Affairs, and we reviewed and approved the power cost adjustment factor for October 2023, PSCA 3-month average factor of 0.00716, and the JV2 of 0.00516. There was also a review of the Efficiency Smart Program.
Thank you, Bob. Item G2, the Water, Sewer, Refuse, Recycling, and Litter Committee held a joint meeting with the Board of Public Affairs on October 9th, 2023. And Dave?
There was several possible issues of water loss or apparent water loss regarding large meters, discussion of meters, how their advances they've made, and possible, should we look, recommendations. Thank you. I was trying to think of the word. Nicely done. That's pretty much it.
All right, thank you. Item G3, the Municipal Properties Building, Land Use, and Economic Development Committee did not meet on October 9th, 2023 due to lack of agenda items. And item G4, the Parks and Rec Committee met on October 16th, 2023 at 6 o'clock with the following agenda items. Ken?
We met with the review of rates, fees, and rental costs for the golf course, and I'm requesting that the law director draft necessary legislation to put this.
We have a motion for that?
Motion.
Second?
Okay, Marissa, please call the roll.
Joe,
Yes.
Dan,
Yes.
Bob,
Yes.
Dr. Dave,
Yes.
Ken,
Yes,
Ross.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Anything else?
that's it.
All right. Okay, item I, introductions of new ordinances and resolutions, we have none. Item J, second readings of ordinances and resolutions, we have none. Item K, third readings of ordinances and resolutions. Item K1, ordinance number 036-23, an ordinance amending a section of the City of Napoleon, Ohio codified ordinances, specifically Part 1, Chapter 143, Section 143.06, a City of Napoleon, Ohio fire and rescue fee schedule, and declaring an emergency. Have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, thank you.
Yes,
And-
Council President, there are no changes to this.
All right. Anybody have any questions or comments? Okay, hearing none, Marissa, please call the roll.
Joe,
Yes.
Dan,
Yes.
Bob,
Yes.
Dr. Dave,
Yes.
Ken,
Yes,
Ross.
Yes.
Okay, that has passed on third reading. Okay, item K2 is resolution number 037-23, a resolution approving an amendment to current spousal coverage in the health insurance premiums, amending resolution number 033-20, and declaring an emergency.
Motion.
Second.
Okay, Andy?
Yes, Council President, there are no changes to this.
Okay. Anybody have any questions or comments? Okay, Marissa, please call the roll.
Joe,
Yes.
Dan,
Yes.
Bob,
Yes.
Dr. Dave,
Yes.
Ken,
Yes.
Ross.
Yes.
Okay, that has been passed on third read as well. Okay, item L, go to the city. L1 is discussion or action approval of power supply cost adjustment factor for October 2023. PSCA 3-month average factor 0.00716 and JV2 0.005161. Andy, what can you tell us about that?
Well, just that is the lowest PSCAF in the last 2 years.
Great.
So we've continued to trend downward on that. I don't know how long that trend can continue, but we'll enjoy it while it's here.
That's right. Okay,
And it's down across the board, residential, commercial, and industry.
great, great. Anybody have any questions or comments? Okay, we need a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, Marissa, please call the roll.
Joe,
Yes.
Dan,
Yes.
Bob,
Yes.
Dr. Dave,
Yes.
Ken,
Yes.
Ross.
Yes.
Okay, that has been approved. Item L2, discussion or action, approval of plans and specifications for the Napoleon Safe Routes to School 2024 project. Okay, Andy?
Yeah, I will defer to Chad to speak on this subject.
A couple years ago, we applied for a grant from ODOT for the Safe Routes to Schools program. It's a program that is funded federally to improve pedestrian access to school campuses. What we had applied for was to essentially fill in some of the missing pieces out there in our sidewalks. This project would construct a sidewalk along Bales Road from where the schools stop their sidewalk near Westmoreland. It would extend it to Briar Heath and then up Briar Heath to where the sidewalk stops at the parking lot. It would also fill in a missing sidewalk further east on Bales Road, a missing sidewalk on Glenwood. We would get the sidewalk along the Gymnastics Academy there. And also it erects rapid flashing beacons at some of the more primary crossings like they have on Westmoreland. The grant we received for this project was $207,000. The engineer's estimate is $291,427.39. We have a completion date of this project on August 17th, and so tonight I'm asking for approval so that we can advertise this project to receive bids.
Thank you, Chad.
Yep.
Have any questions or comments on this?
Would this be a FY '24 budget item?
It's actually in the 23 budget.
Okay, awesome. I will make the motion to put it out to bid.
Second.
Okay, Marissa, please call the roll.
Joe,
Yes.
Dan,
Yes.
Bob,
Yes.
Dr. Dave,
Yes.
Ken,
Yes.
Ross.
Yes.
That's been approved. Item L3, discussion and action to approve the fire department to apply for the 2024 Marks Grant.
I apologize, I don't have a lot of information on this evening. I kind of anticipated the fire chief being here. He must have gotten called out, so. This is a Marks grant for 2024. And that's all I can tell you. I'm not sure exactly, obviously Marks is our radio system. I'm not sure exactly how much or what exactly it's going to spend on.
We like grants. I'll make a motion to apply.
Free money is good money. Second.
Okay, Marissa, please call the roll.
Joe,
Yes.
Dan,
Yes.
Bob,
Yes.
Dr. Dave,
Yes.
Ken,
Yes.
Ross.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
Moving on to item L4, discussion or action, direct the law director to draft, the law department to draft legislation needed for the 2024 budget.
Yes, as you know, we will be meeting in a couple of weeks to go over the budget numbers for 2024. And once that is accomplished, we would like to have the legislation ready so that we can take full 3 reads on the budget following those meetings. So I would recommend that you ask the law director to draft the necessary legislation.
So the budget meeting is on the 3rd and the 4th, and then the
Right.
first read for the budget legislation would be 2 days later?
No,
Okay.
no, traditionally, it gives us 3 reads, so it's usually the second full council meeting in November.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure you guys, a lot of that information is gonna be on my desk, I guess, or in the law department Monday morning, and we have to put certain information out well before.
Right,
um,
right.
The next meeting, so if it's
Yeah.
the second meeting in November, then that should be easy.
We'll allow the full 3 reads.
Yeah.
Two in December.
Yeah, because you do one in November, then 2 in December, and we're ready to rock and roll, yeah. 'Cause it's too fast.
Making sure it's
No.
clear, because some of the stuff, like, you know, the allocation, the 65-35 split and all the
Yeah.
other stuff, you know, we can write it both ways, I guess, but then,
No.
so, okay.
I'm sure Tammy can do it in her sleep. I mean, she
Yeah, I
just
mean, a
whips
lot of
everything
stuff's
out.
already written, it wouldn't be a huge stretch, but, you know, getting that information Saturday morning, I guess, dropped off.
Yeah.
And then turning it around for 2 days later is a little,
Well, the public notices doesn't work.
and the notices is obviously what we would be able to pull it off, so.
All right.
I'll make that motion.
Second?
Okay, Marissa, please call the roll.
Joe,
Yes.
Dan,
Yes.
Bob,
Yes.
Dr. Dave,
Yes.
Ken,
Yes.
Ross.
Yes.
All right, item L5, discussion and action, liquor permit application for XAGPR LLC at 713 North Perry Street, Napoleon, Ohio, which is Spangler's. Just switching
It's a
from one.
change in ownership.
All right,
There's no action required.
That's correct,
Nope.
yeah. Silence is accepted.
how does the police department feel about that? Any issues there?
Police department has no issue.
All right, thank you. I didn't want you to feel left out back there. All right, moving on to, we'll go around the table here. Start with ladies first.
No,
Lori,
I have nothing for tonight, thank you.
okay. Dr. Dave?
Nothing for me.
Ken?
I have a question concerning the water loss.
Yes.
How accurate, 2% plus or minus is an awful big error in the meters. I had to have my meters checked every year at the gas station back in the day. And that's down to hundreds of 1% accuracy there. I just feel that that's 2% is an awful lot of water getting away. There's gotta be the meters have gotta be more accurate than that.
I don't know that, I mean, industry standard is, I believe, 2%.
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
I mean, replacing all of our meters to get something more accurate is a big cost. And I don't know that you can find anything more accurate, that they'll guarantee anything more accurate than that.
And then, how about the daily read meters? Are we going to discuss that?
What we will discuss is AMI at our budget meetings. That's something that I am proposing, I'm pushing, and that will go a long way in, number one, allowing us real-time numbers of if we do have a major leak or a loss in any way, shape, or form, we'll be able to identify that very quickly with the AMI system. And that's just on the water side of things. There's so many benefits on the water side and on the electrical side. And the system will cover it all. So
on data. The new pavements all look like, I hope they're as good as they look.
So far, we haven't received too many complaints.
And the fill in on Union Street, the berm fill in, that worked out well.
Yeah, it looks much better. Drives much better, which is the purpose, but yes, it does look better.
Yeah. That's all I have.
I did want to talk a little bit about the water to answer his question. One of the things we were looking at changing also was when reading the water, instead of going per unit, going per tenth of unit. That way, it should also help with some of the billing problems that occur. By going at a tenth unit, you know, you get a more accurate read. You were talking about trying to do accurate reads. And there is some meter technology out there now that is more accurate, but of course that would require a new meter. The meters as they wear, that's the reason for the variance from what I understand.
Thank you. Hey, Ross?
I can't remember if fall pickup happened before last meeting or not,
It did.
but I was out last meeting, so I just wanted to commend the staff on how well trash pickup seemed to go.
It was during the it was the first week in October. Ron.
That's right, okay. But finishing 2 days ahead of schedule?
It went extremely well. I think it was Chad that mentioned he doesn't remember it ever being completed in 4 days.
Okay. Not in my tenure. The guys did a great job.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you. I'll pass that along.
That's all I have.
Thank you. Lori, if you don't know if we have anything for the Finance and Budget Committee meeting coming up for 10/23. If you don't have anything off the top of your head, then we're going to cancel that.
Okay.
Okay. All right, if you can do that, thank you. And then I just had a question. Chad, you brought up sidewalks earlier today, so it made me think about where on Scott Street, where they're doing the roundabout. And I know they're doing the sidewalk underneath the overpass. Are we gonna connect the sidewalk from there to, I can't picture where it stops, near maybe the gas station now, or Marathon? Or would that be the
That
individual?
project extends south of Wood Drive. I do believe when they're done, it will be connected.
Okay,
And then when ODOT redoes US 24 in a few years, they're required to build a path from that sidewalk over to Glenwood,
oh,
because that other overpass is going away.
okay,
So, but that's in the agreement with ODOT, with us giving them that property, they're going to create a path over to Glenwood.
right. But the one on Scott Street, have they formed that yet in that area? 'Cause I didn't
We were out
notice
there
that.
Friday, and they were getting ready to do the north side, but they were still working on the underpass. I don't believe they've poured anything on the south side yet, but I'll confess, I haven't driven on the south side. We usually come in from the north side.
Gotcha, yeah.
But the plans do call for that sidewalk to be connected.
I don't think I've noticed any construction there at all
On the south side.
on the south
No,
side.
no.
I suspect
Yeah.
it could be because of their 45-day closure. They're trying to get everything done that attributes to the closure.
Right.
Because they could do that under traffic,
Mm-hmm,
but I'll verify that. But the
Okay.
plans that I have show that sidewalk being connected.
okay.
Yeah, I passed along information last week in my weekly update, and one thing I should have stressed was that following this 45-day closure, hopefully they'll open on October 26th. And once they do, there's still a lot of work to be done out there. The road will be open, but there's gonna be work continuing right in through the winter. So there will be a lot of work taking place out there yet.
Okay. All right, thank you. That's all I have. Mr. Mayor?
Still rounded out from me, so I'll cross that one off. We talked a little bit, before everybody was in the room about, the menu for budget meetings. Since we're gonna have 2 additional members, since Molly's gone, since Kevin is gone today, it's kinda hard to put something together on a menu that you basically order individually. It's kinda tough to track down 4 extra people, so
maybe we'll just do the pizza and subs and some salads, if that's okay with everybody. Kind of make it kind of generic and just go that way. It's easier that way since we, again, we have 4 people here. But we'll have 2 extra people, like, if you'll pass it along to people making the packets, because we'll have at least, or 2, one of you be council-elect people yet, but council candidates,
Okay.
right? That should show up and get sworn in January, but they should be here, we think. And I think what we'll actually be able to have them sit with us on this side, I think, because usually Kevin sits kind of where Jen is. And Billy's not usually here for all the meetings. You come for your law director part and then,
I usually,
Yeah.
I usually come from my department.
right,
and
and that's all you come for, yeah.
that's all.
So there's 2 extra seats right there if we want to have them sit on this side and kind of watch the presentation. That kind of works, I think that kind of works pretty well. They seem like they're part of us, but kind of on the edges to just sit and listen, and it's a lot of listening.
Yes.
We can only need those 2 extra packets to make sure we have those.
Yep.
I know they're not easy to make, but if we have 2 extra ones, that'd be very, very helpful for us.
Yep. We can do that.
That's that. The, couple meetings ago, I did do a remote in and talked about the 40-mile-an-hour speed limit sign on Riverview and then the slower speed ahead or speed zone. I saw that brush got moved away from that, so I appreciate that. On the bike path, and I haven't asked anybody this before, so if I'm not sure who I'm directing this to, but on the bike path, we still have cones kind of at the entrances and exits to make sure that we don't have golf carts and other random things that are wider than a bike going down those. Are those gonna get replaced at some point with something a little more permanent?
Personally, I'd like to take the cones away and see what happens.
Okay,
We could put a sign, not that I am an advocate for more signage, but we could put a sign that says no motorized vehicles.
okay. I saw the cone's been there almost a year now, or a little bit then, it's just time to
Yeah.
let's make a decision one way or the other. And if
the
it,
ones here, I understand, because we did have cars go through, but if, we haven't proposed budget to do the next phase of the path,
okay,
that would make it clear that that is not the drive-through exit.
okay,
So I think that one will solve itself, but yeah, down at River Park, I would like to pull the cones. If we have an issue, we could put up a sign stating
Right.
that no motorized vehicles, and it could be an enforcement issue. With the park's equipment that they use to clear paths, I would hate to put a barrier there. They won't be able to get their
Right.
vehicles in there then,
Right.
and that could be an issue for snow removal.
okay. I just drive by that every once in a while and go, it's been a long time. We have a better solution than orange cone.
And we do have a couple sections yet to replace. We had 2 more sections, heave, so we will be down there removing those and repouring those 2 sections. So
Okay,
we'll get the cones once we get those 2 sections replaced.
okay. That's all I had, thank you very much.
Hey, Dan.
The only thing is, to my knowledge, I don't have anything for safety and human resources next week, do I, sir?
That is correct.
So we can cancel that meeting then.
Sounds good. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay, Bob?
No, sir.
All right. And Billy?
Nothing for me, thank you.
Andy?
Just a couple of items. On Thursday, October 26th, from 11 to 2, there will be a retirement party for the wrestlers at the golf course clubhouse. So if you can make it, I'm sure they'd appreciate seeing you. And lastly, a reminder about the CIC annual meeting, which is Thursday, November 2nd, from 5 to 7 at a leisure time. We do have a table of 8. And if you are interested, please let me or Rox or somebody know so that we can make sure we have those spots filled. Yes, sir.
Want to go?
I'm on also.
Thank you. Thank you.
Me
I will
too.
also attend.
You. Me and Dave. You may not want to drink too much wine because we have budget meetings all day the next day. It'd be a little rough. Just a little warning.
Please do.
Whatever. Fine.
Thank you. That's all I had.
All right. Item M, of executive session for pending or imminent court action. Have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Okay, Marissa, please call the roll.
Joe,
Yes.
Dan,
Yes.
Bob,
Yes.
Dr. Dave,
Yes.
Ken,
Yes.
Ross.
Yes.
Executive session for pending or imminent court action.
Motion.
Second.
Okay, Marissa, please call the roll.
Joe,
Yes.
Dan,
Yes.
Bob,
Yes.
Dr. Dave,
Yes.
Ken,
Yes.
Ross.
Yes.
Okay, no action taken there. And we're gonna have a mulligan here with Chief being here. If you wanna talk to us a little bit about the grant that you're asking for earlier.
Thank you, Council President. Sorry for my lateness. We were on call, so sometimes duty calls. So we were awarded the Fire Marshal's grant for the Marks radios in years past. They come out with that again, and we would like to be able to apply for it to start the process of replacing radios, so we're not doing them all at once. Because radios, like everything in the fire service, has roughly a 10-year time frame before they call it the end of service life. So in 5 years, then we would have to replace all of our radios at one time. We want to start by doing a little bit at a time. And then also with us switching to Marks, now the VHF that we were on that does our paging will go to digital. And we're gonna have to purchase digital pagers, so our off-duty members and our local responders will be alerted when there's a call. So, and these are covered by that, along with the user fees for the duration of, for that year. So this is gonna most likely be a reoccurring grant. It has been for years past, however much money the marshals decide to give out. And through talking with the other county fire chiefs, there is a chance which will score us higher in the rating of doing a regional grant, just like we did when we switched to the 700, 800 system. So as long as 3 or more fire departments go together, then they consider it a regional grant, and that scores higher in the process. So it will be a match grant. It is during budget talks, we did talk about that. And as far as the pagers go, that's the only way we want to purchase pagers, is if we get the grant, and then we'll play the rest by year.
Did you say this is an annual grant that you can apply for?
They always say they never know if it's gonna be available again next year, but traditionally it's followed year after year after year.
Okay.
So eventually that money's gonna run out, I'm sure,
Mhm.
but when that'll be, I mean, 24 could be the last year. It could go on for another 5 years, it's hard to say.
Okay. Hey, thank you. Appreciate that. Anybody else have any questions?
No.
All right. Thanks, Chief. Okay, we'll move on to item N, approve payment of bills and financial reports. In the absence of any objections or corrections, the payment of bills and financial reports shall stand approved. Okay, we have none. All right, item O, need a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, Marissa, please call the roll.
Joe,
Yes.
Dan,
Yes.
Bob,
Yes.
Dr. Dave,
Yes.
Ken,
Yes.
Ross.
Yes.
Thank you all. Have a good night.